A health educator in St. James expects that new state health education standards for K-12 classrooms will help more Minnesotans develop healthy habits.
Evan Berg looks at what could be changing at schools going into the next school year.
This will allow for all districts to have a consistent model of health education.
Stephen Chapin says whether it's rural districts like his own in St. James or larger districts in the metro, many schools are preparing to adopt the state of Minnesota's new health standards for curriculum in the 2026-2027 school year.
How is this going to change things for health teachers like you?
Well, I mean, for me, I don't know if there's going to be a massive change. I think where we'll see changes in some of the spaces where maybe health education didn't have a huge focus.
Chapin says the new standards call for schools to invest more in health education spaced out from grades K through 12, instead of only a few classes in middle school or high school.
But we should have the ability now to have a health base in grades K through 5 as well. Not been neglected, but it's just something that there hasn't been a standard focus on related to health education. There's no question there's going to be obstacles. At the K-5 level, very few districts have dedicated health educators.
By folding new standards into classes where it can fit, like PE, Chapin thinks the transition could be difficult for some, but manageable. The focus will be on not just knowledge, but more practical skills for pursuing healthy activity, mental health, and nutrition.
We're teaching literacy skills or math skills or health skills. The younger we get that process started, the better off we're going to be with our young people.
For older kids, that would also mean more focus on strategies for harm prevention with more serious topics like sexual health and drug education. Evan Berg, KEYC News Now.
Like other academic standards in Minnesota for math and language arts, the new health standards will be subject to a 10-year review process to keep them up to date. The next time these plans are set to be revised will be in the 2034-35 school year.